This is me. This is my smile. This is my life. And this is my happiness.
Hello guys, good evening if you're watching me from Kenya, good afternoon, good morning, depending on wherever you're watching me from. In Kenya it's evening. I'm recording this video way after work. How have you guys been? How has been your week? It's midweek and for me it has been a busy one, but productive one. And we are here appreciating that we are here, we are alive, we are celebrating life, grateful for so many things. I realize that we have so many things to be grateful for. Life can be challenging, life is busy, life has things that could hurt us, but the things that we could be grateful for are so many. The air we breathe, the children that we've been blessed with, the careers that we have, even though we have challenges, which is part of life, but we are in a better off place than many people. Many people would exchange their lives for us. Challenges are always going to be part of our lives. And with that, I say to my returning subscribers, you are always welcome to this channel, and to my new subscribers, welcome home and welcome to Chats by Lulu, because Chats by Lulu is home to everyone. In Chats by Lulu, for my new subscribers, is a place where we learn to walk away from relationships that no longer serve us, that are toxic to us, and we learn to build healthy relationships. And if we are in healthy, loving relationships, we also learn how to make them better. With that I say, disclaimer, I am not a professional therapist or counselor or marriage counselor or anything of the sort. Anything that I say here are based on my life experiences, my friends' experiences, my research, and just suggestions that people come out to talk about, and topics that people, my friends, ask me to talk about, the ones that I write in my books. If anybody needs professional help and they're going through something that is not great at this point, then they can inbox me and we can signpost them to the places where they need help if they're in Kenya. And if they have friends who also can know such places, or they can research, they can go and get help there. If you're in another country, you can also research and find out such places. Do not die inside one place and sit and mourn and be depressed because of relationships, because relationships hurt when they are not working for you. Relationships hurt when they are not serving you. Loving somebody is so deep. It's loss. It's one of the biggest loss. It's a bigger loss sometimes than when somebody passes away through the natural causes. It hurts just as bad, if not more. And in the past, people would just say, like, why would you just hurt for a relationship? Why would you cry for another human being? Oh my God, the heart has no logic, as we said in the past. It does not know that you are in so much love. Losing the people you love or not being able to be with them makes it so painful. And with that, I've talked a lot, and I would like to jump in straight into this video, a continuation of our video from last time about loving unavailable people. Like people we cannot have, loving people who are unavailable. We've been talking about it in the last video. If you have not watched it, guys, go back and watch my video, share it with those who probably are interested in it, and anybody who can benefit from this. I am not perfect. I have gone through these experiences, and that's the reason I started this channel. That's the reason I am writing my books. And for my new subscribers, anybody watching me new, I am an author as well. I have my books on Amazon. I go by the pen name Melanie Rivers. I have my books linked on most of my videos if you watch them. If something that you're interested in, if it's something that you like, you can go check me out. You can buy and read. You can share, gift out to somebody, and let's do this together. let's not stay in relationships that are no longer serving us. I have been one of the people who has done that. And in my 40s, I am not willing to be in such relationships. In 40s, we want a relationship that is going to serve us, somebody that we are going to spend forever with, somebody who is going to love us the way we are, somebody who is going to take us the way we are, because love is beautiful and we all deserve it. And this channel, I started it based on my age and people in my age group 40 plus. Why? Because 40 plus is the age where people are contradicting so much and saying you are finished, or menopause is kicking in and you can no longer love, or you don't deserve love. There's so many myths about being 40. I am in my late 40s going to my 50s and I'm very happy with my age. I have waited for all these things that people talk about, all these things that people feel like you should be frustrated about, and I haven't seen them. So let nobody tell you 40 is a very beautiful age. 50 is beautiful. The more mature you get, the more beautiful it is, because one, you have had a lot of experiences in life. You have been through things. You handle them better. You are calm enough. And most times your children are all grown up and now they become your best friends and you can talk about things with them. The people that you talk to, who you relate with, are mature and probably have gone through things like this. And now we are mature enough to be ready to know what places we went wrong and we want to start again. Most times I say that I sound like a teacher because I read mainly from my books, my self-help books that I write. And also I research a lot before I come here. Just as I said, I'm not a professional, and add with my experiences and my suggestions from friends who also talk about their life. And we are here to learn. So if you see me reading, looking down, it's because I want you to get the best, the very best of this topic. You're free to comment down below. You're free to bring suggestions, and you're free to just watch also and learn something. So let's go. Let's get into this, guys. So last time we ended from the stories we tell ourselves. The stories we tell ourselves when we are dating unavailable people, when we are in our mind, thinking we are in a relationship with unavailable people, and now we realize that this thing is going nowhere. And we start telling ourselves stories. We become the storytellers. We say, like, if circumstances, we start giving excuses. If circumstances were different, probably they would have chosen me and we would have been together. Another excuse we give is that they're my soulmate. We were meant to be. They love me too, but they're afraid. Probably this person is married, and now you're giving excuses for them, saying that maybe they're married, that's why they are not with you. Girls, boys, that is just a myth. That's the stories you're telling yourself to comfort your mind because you love this person so much. Probably this person is in another country and you just met once, and probably it was a one-off meeting, and now you're trying the long distance and it's not working, and you're giving excuses and saying, oh, one day they will realize how much they love me. If they were married, they will probably leave and come to me. And you are giving yourself, you become the storyteller, telling all sorts of stories to yourself. And guys, I said last time that let's not judge people. We are not in any place to judge nobody because people make mistakes. We are all human, and human beings, we all do make mistakes. Mistakes are bound to happen when you're an adult. We are bound to make mistakes, and we are going to make endless mistakes, and we are not better than anybody else. Some people in our lives were not meant to stay. Why letting go feels like failure? When you have to let these people go, because at one point, if you're dating somebody who is unavailable, you have to let them go. Why letting go feels like, many people resist letting go because you feel like a disappointment. You feel like you've given up because you love this person. You feel like probably you've not tried too hard. Your mind tells you that if I probably tried harder, probably they would have been with me, because for you, this is one-sided. You're available, you're ready for love. That person is unavailable. I said the circumstances could be marriage, circumstances could be that they're not in a place where they're ready to commit into a relationship. Maybe they've just come from one broken-hearted, lost a partner, or just not emotionally available, or they see you as a friend. Or you met one off and the distance, they see they cannot work it out, but they're not ready to tell you. Or they do not like you the way you think you like them. They just like you probably as a friend or colleague, or they don't see it, or you're just admiring them and you envision a life with them and you built it in your head. Sorry, guys. And now you think that this is something that you can take forward. And they are not giving you the other part, showing you that they want this same thing. But you are envisioning them. You have put it in your mind that you love this person and you're going to try your hardest. So letting go is not failure. Letting go is acceptance of this circumstance that you're going to entangle yourself in, guys. And I call it circumstance. It's a very serious circumstance. You are going to get entangled into something that will be so hurtful and heartbreaking to let go than being in a relationship and letting it go. Because you are putting all your effort loving this person who is not available for you emotionally, who is not available. Maybe that they probably think they love you, but they're in a relationship or they're married or whatever it is, or they are emotionally not invested as you are. Letting go is recognizing that love alone cannot overcome every obstacle, guys. Love alone cannot overcome. Love is good, but sometimes love is not enough, they say. Love cannot overcome all obstacles. Sometimes you love something, you love someone in this case, but the love is not enough to make them commit to you. They do not love you enough the way you love them to make them commit to you. They could be in a state, just the way we've mentioned before, and we don't want to repeat, where they are not able to commit to you. They could not be loving you the same way you love them. They could not be looking for a relationship, So it is understanding that a relationship requires two willing participants. No amount of devotion creates mutual commitment where it does not exist. No amount of waiting can guarantee a different outcome, and no amount of suffering can transform an unavailable person into an available one. Acceptance does not erase your feelings, it simply allows you to stop fighting reality. Did we get that? No amount of waiting. This acceptance just makes you accept. This letting go makes you accept that no amount of waiting can make a person who is not emotionally invested or unavailable available for you. It will make you learn that you are just there wasting your time. No amount of waiting will change the outcome that they will commit to you year one. We have found ourselves in relationships where we wasted 6 years, 1 year, 5 months, 2 years, some even 10 years. I've had testimonies of people who have been in relationships for 10 years, guys. We have been in relationships, be it even marriage. You can be in a marriage, wedded, maybe for the wrong reasons. Maybe you love this person, or probably like me, you decided to get married because that was the norm those days, and you just thought, yeah, it's marriage time and let's get married. You didn't even look at it that way. You just found yourself in some relationship without even dating this person properly. Probably society was like, it's time for a girl to get married. Like some societies probably around where I come from, when in the past people thought a girl's time is there's a time for a lady to get married, and it just happened, boom, or you were in the same church, or you were in the same social circle, and everybody was getting married, and you're thinking, now I'm late, my biological clock is ticking, yet you're very young then. Or you just meet this person and you think you love them, and boom, you're there. So you could be in this relationship for years. It could be a marriage, and they're emotionally available. They fell out of love with you. This relationship doesn't have to be only a relationship that it's outside marriage. Could be married to somebody who does not love you, who is emotionally unavailable, who does not value you, who thinks they made a mistake, and you've taken years in there wasting your time, guys. Let's not stay in relationships that do not serve us. Let's be people. Let's try. I have made mistakes, and that's the reason I tell you. Let's look at the people who we are falling in love with. Are they moving? Is there a step they are taking? Do they seem like this relationship is going to the next level. It's come from level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, and you see them moving somewhere. Are they emotionally invested? Are they looking like they want a future with you? You can feel it and you can see it. We're adults. At 40 plus, we do not want people who are going to break our hearts. We want love because we know what love looks like. A lesson worth remembering. This one is a beautiful one, sorry. A lesson worth remembering. One of the greatest lessons you will learn on this journey is this. A person's inability to choose you isn't a reflection of your worth. Did you listen to that? A person's inability to choose you isn't a reflection of your worth. Many times we say, maybe I did something wrong, maybe I'm not too beautiful, or maybe I'm old, or maybe it's because of my kids that they wouldn't love me, or maybe I don't have the money, or financially I'm not okay, or maybe I'm in a different country. No, no, no. It does not reflect you. It is them. Many people spend their time believing that they were not enough, that they were not attractive enough, that they were not lovable enough. But another person's decision does not determine your value. That is their own decision. That's their personal decision. Somebody else will value you. Somebody else will take you with 10 children if you are a woman. Somebody else will love you if you are a single dad, will love you with your 5, 2, 3 kids. Somebody else will love you with your age. You could be 50, 55. You could be 30. Somebody will love you for your disability. Somebody will love you for the person you are. And those are the people that we are looking for. Somebody's decision does not reflect your worth. Do not give excuses for unavailable people. You are worthy before they entered your life. You remain worthy after they leave. Your value has never depended on being chosen. If they do not choose you, it's their loss. If you are this beautiful woman or this handsome man and you have veiled yourself for love and this person does not choose you, they do not deserve you, guys. Let's not put ourselves in situations because they hurt. When we love, we feel like we probably did not do something good enough. It is normal, and let's not be judgmental. It happens to us, but that's why we are here to learn. Let's not think that people's decisions determine how our worth is. People who do not give us the commitment, who do not see our worth, it is their loss. It is how they perceive things. They do not deserve you. Several people out there would be dying for a person like you. It's difficult to see when you love somebody. But guys, let's look at that. Let's choose relationships that serve us. Let's choose people who choose us. Because you can only love somebody who loves you the same way, or even more and much. When somebody loves you, you will feel it. If I'm wrong, guys, let me know. A point of reflection: if you are currently loving someone you cannot have, know this: you are not weak. 1, you are not foolish. You are human. You care deeply. You hoped sincerely and believed in the possibility of love. There's nothing wrong with that. You are just human. You believe that they would probably love you. You cared about them deeply. You're just a beautiful person inside and out. You even getting attracted to them means you value them. You putting them in that pedestal where you think they could be your future partner or love means you're a good person. It means you genuinely love them. But healing begins when you stop asking, why can't I have them? And start asking, what kind of life am I missing while waiting for someone who may never be mine? Ask yourself that question. Healing begins when you stop asking, why can't I have them? And start asking yourself, what am I missing when I'm with somebody who can never be mine? The married guy, the guy who gives you mixed reaction, mixed feelings. There's no growth in the relationship. The guy who is not available today, they are hot, tomorrow they are cold, today they are texting, they disappear for weeks, they are back, they give you mixed emotions. Those are the people that are emotionally, physically, and they are unavailable. The marriage where you're thinking, Why did I even make this mistake? Do I even have a husband or a wife? Why am I even here? It's dead. You are in there for convenience. You're sitting put there. A relationship that is not serving you. You're with somebody you've dated for years and it's dead. There's nothing. You're not happy. You're just there because you have probably shared property together, because it's convenient, because it's the norm. It's something that you have been used to. You've lived together for years. No commitment, no love whatsoever. You are there stuck. What would I be missing while waiting for someone who may never be mine, who may never love me? And I said, dating or being in relationships with unavailable people does not mean only outside marriage or outside committed relationships. You could be with somebody for years, but they are unavailable. It is painful, guys. Let's put ourselves first. That question has the power to change everything. The question that you ask yourself, what am I missing while waiting for someone who may never be mine? It has the power to change the whole dynamic. It has the power to change the whole of this scenario. It has the power to move you to the next topic that we are going to discuss. And that is the next chapter. We come to it. Why hold on when we should let go? Why are we tightly holding on? Why are we crying for these people? I have cried for people that I love, for someone that I really loved. And I didn't know they were unavailable. But when I found out they were unavailable, I mourned, just because you love deeply, you care deeply. And even then, you didn't want to let go, because that is the norm. That is the person that you knew. That is the love that you envisioned. But this person was unavailable. Why hold on? That is the question we are asking. When we know that we will never be with this person, guys. One of the most frustrating experience in life is knowing that you should let go of someone, yet finding yourself unable to do it. You want to let go, but you care so deeply. You're human. You love so deeply. You invested so deeply, probably with them for years, and you have shared properties, I said, your finances. You've shared so many things in life. You have been committed, even though probably you're not married. You have probably, dated them for months, and everybody knows you together. You fear starting over again, and now you are stuck there. You fear being alone. You fear what people would say, which is majorly the most, that people struggle with what people say. I am out of that bracket, guys. And I hope you can find a place to be out of there. I cared so much what people think about me, what society, what my parents, what my siblings, what my colleagues. I honestly do not give a minute to people's opinions that do not help me. I take what I think is important and I accept positive correction, and I accept, like any other person, input that is valuable to my life, and things I take that are going to help me. But what people say about me, what they perceive, who they perceive me to be, and who they envision and want me to be, I do not take that. And I hope, guys, you do not take that, because when you take that burden, most times you are not going to make your own decisions and you're going to live by image of people. Way before I started this channel, I got a lot of discouragement. Oh, you can do it. Oh, YouTube is not good. Or why you talk like this? You asking people, everyone has a negative opinion. The fact that you want to do something, you have a reason for starting it, and that vision that you have about doing that thing is your own dream, is your own vision, is your own brainchild, and let nobody stop you. Just like in relationships as well. Don't be scared about what people are going to say. Letting go could be difficult because you care, number one, what people are going to say. Your mind understands the truth. Your mind knows that this man is not available, that this woman is never available for me. It understands that you're going to be hurt. So you're trying to hold on because you're thinking, if I hold on longer, then they're going to be mine. If I probably show them so much love, they're going to be mine. No, if the love is not mutual, if it's not natural, if they're not available, then you have to let go. You know the relationship is unlikely to happen. Why hold on when we should let go? You know the relationship is unlikely to happen. You know the person is unavailable. You know the situation is causing more pain than happiness. If they are married, probably the wife is contacting you and the other spouse is contacting you and relatives. So it's causing chaos both sides. If they're not calling you on days, and because probably they're not emotionally invested in you, you are so unhappy. They can never spend their time with you. They're not invested as you are. They're not free to be with you. They are hiding you if it's a relationship that is not open. Everything is making you unhappy. You are investing yourself into unhappiness. You are pulling yourself from the place where you are probably from a marriage before, or your single life, and pulling yourself deep into the ocean, hurting yourself so much, trying to be available for these people, trying to work so hard, over time almost 10 times more than they're doing, and you're bound to be hurt. Yet your heart refuses to cope. You continue thinking about them. You replay old conversations. You search for hidden meanings in their words. You hold on to the possibility that somehow, someday things might change. This sounds familiar to you. You are not alone. We've been there. I have been there. My friends have been there. People have been there. If you try to play the conversations that you had had before, read into the messages that they sent you to see a possibility that they probably love you more than you are accepting, that there could be just even that little chance that they would love you so much. You are not alone. We are together, guys. But we are here so that we learn, so that we don't find ourselves in such situations. Millions of people struggle to realize relationships that are not serving them are going to hurt them. Many millions of people in the world, so you're not alone. That relationships that are not serving, be it a marriage relationship, be it a relationship with a person who is unavailable marriage or unavailable emotionally, or just somebody you've been with forever and is now just dead, they do not know that these relationships are not going to end anywhere. They're going to end in unhappiness. The question is not whether you should let go. The real question is why letting go feels so difficult. That was this chapter. That's what it's talking about. Understanding the answer is one of the first steps towards emotional freedom. Why we hold on when we should let go. Hope is a beautiful thing. Hope helps us survive difficult circumstances. The power of hope. Hope is a beautiful thing, and it helps us survive difficult circumstances. Hope motivates us to keep going when life feels uncertain. We need hope for us to heal, but sometimes hope becomes a trap. When it comes to unattainable love, hope often disguises itself as devotion. You tell yourself, maybe they just need more time. Maybe they are confused. Maybe they are still making a decision. Maybe the timing isn't right. Maybe they'll eventually realize we belong together. Each possibility becomes another reason to stay emotionally attached to this person. The excuses that we give unavailable people, each of these excuses make it harder. It makes us have another reason to stay. Maybe they're having a difficult time. Maybe it's just the distance. Maybe it's just not the right time. Maybe they're just still thinking. Maybe they're getting to know me better. The problem is that hope can keep us emotionally invested long after reality has provided clear answers. Reality has already shown you that this person is never going to love you the way you want. That this person, no matter how long, no matter how 10 years you've stayed together, 20 years you've been a couple, 20 years, they are not going to change. And they're not going to be the person you want them to be. They're not going to be the partner that you you envision. You're not going to share the dream that you envision. The relationship is going nowhere no matter what. And you are there killing all the answers because you have hope that something's going to change. Instead of helping you move forward, hope keeps you standing still. We remain emotionally available for someone who may never be available for us. Months pass, years pass, and life quietly moves on while we remain stuck in the same emotional place. Guys, do we want that kind of life? Especially in our mature ages, especially at 40 plus. I don't think we want that even in our 20s, not in our 30s either. We do not want to be in that place where years pass by and faded dreams and lost time, lost emotions. You lose your younger days, you lose your happiness, you lose your youth, you waste your time. It's like day coming in, night fading away, and the same situation stays the same, hoping and hoping. Hoping like a pet who has lost an owner and is staying and waiting at the gate, thinking that they might come back. Not the pet not understanding that they're never coming back, that the owner's passed on and they're never coming home. And you are staying there waiting at your door that this person will come home to you. Hope becomes the pain that stops us from letting go. Another one that stops us from letting go is the addiction of uncertainty. Most people assume certainty creates emotional attachment. Surprisingly, uncertainty can create even stronger attachment. Certainty creates emotional attachment. Something that you are sure of creates emotional attachment. But surprisingly, uncertainty creates even stronger attachment. Something that you don't know. Thinking, just an example, think about gambling. People continue pulling the lever, trying to pull the slot machine because they occasionally get a reward. You could be gambling if you know about it, and in the first few you make lots of money. You gamble, and the first few hours you're probably making millions, and you wonder why this person has made these millions and they're not going home. They've made a catch. They want to play again because they think with 1 million they could get 10 million. It attaches you the uncertainty, thinking, what if I tried again? Uncertainty can create even stronger attachment. Things that you do not know. The unpredictability keeps them engaged in gambling. Relationships can work in a similar way. Things that you can't predict, hoping that this person will choose you finally. They will see how much you love them, how long you've stayed in there. Guys, this place is a bad place to find yourselves in. Men, women, it is a very painful place to find ourselves in. And I know most of us have been in relationships with people that are unavailable. Most of us, millions of people, are in relationships with people that are unavailable because that's what feels comfortable. They feel trapped. Their heart feels trapped in this relationship. They feel like it's convenience. They feel like this is what they should do. They feel that letting go is difficult and starting over again. This is a very painful place to be at. And at 40 plus, we do not want to find ourselves in this, guys. When someone is inconsistent emotionally, unavailable, or difficult to obtain, every small sign of affection feels incredibly valuable. The things that we cannot have feel very beautiful. When you cannot have something, when they are not fully invested in you, when you are trying so hard to get them, when the chase is there, they feel so beautiful. It feels like we want them even more. When they are not able to be there for us, they feel so valuable. You're thinking, If I probably just try harder, they will choose me. If I probably just stay longer, we will be together. The things that we cannot have feel incredibly valuable. That's how nature is, and that's how the world is. It's a very painful state to be in, but it is reality of life. A text message becomes exciting when they finally message you after 1 month, or after 2 weeks, or after months if they choose to. You think, oh my God, they're choosing me now. Oh my God, they still message me. They're thinking about me. They could be bored. They could be probably hiding from their spouses and choosing 1 minute just to drop a text here and there because they want maybe probably a date with you, a little time. They're also just trying to string you along and keep you going. A compliment becomes meaningful when they tell you you're the most beautiful person that I've ever met. If only I wasn't married. If only I wasn't far away. If only I was just near you, guys. We've heard those stories. If only I was just working next to you. If only I was free. If only I was financially stable. They have all sorts of excuses. And you there thinking, this person is trying harder. They probably love me. They're now thinking about me. Have you guys been there? Are you guys there? If you're there, I am here that we talk about it and we make sure we look out for these things because, guys, we are going to get hurt. A brief conversation feels like evidence that something bigger is possible. If they probably just talk to you and give you a little attention, you're wow, oh, they love me now. Oh, they are here with me. Oh, you're calling a friend. Oh, they called me today. Oh, they messaged me. Oh, they probably are coming too. You are excited. You want to be there with them. And then they disappear again for several weeks, days, months, and you're still there stringing along, waiting for something that will never happen. Your brain begins chasing these emotional rewards. Psychologists sometimes, refers to this as intermittent reinforcement. You never know when the next emotional reward will come. You're looking for the reward. You're like a little child, which makes you focus on the person even more. You keep on waiting, what next will they? If it was a little child and they did something good for their parents and they were rewarded, they were given probably something, they were bought a bicycle, they will keep on waiting. They probably want to try harder, they want to do something, and they're keeping on waiting for this reward. You're like a little child waiting for a reward, thinking every action you do deserves a reward. And when it does not come, you become very disappointed. But the thing is, you keep on wanting and you keep on trying. The relationship becomes emotionally addictive. You are no longer attached to the person. You become attached to the anticipation, the possibility, the hope, and that makes letting go incredibly difficult. You become attached to the possibility and to the hope that they will choose you, that they will love you finally. If you are with them in one house, if you are living together, if they was your wife, you probably think, we have had so many years, they're going to choose me, they're going to change. One day they are here, they are saying, let's go on a date, a gift is here and there, they're complimenting you, they're messaging you like endlessly for 2 good days, they're telling you this and that, and you become a slave of the hope that one day they were going to choose me. The fear of starting over is another one that makes us not let go. For many people, letting go means facing an uncomfortable reality. If the person is not your future, then what comes next? They fear being alone. They fear losing the future. Maybe many years have passed by. Maybe many months have passed by. If you can relate with this, you know that is painful. The unknown becomes frightening, especially after investing significant emotional energy into someone. You may wonder, what if I never meet anyone else? What if I will be alone for life? What if I cannot meet somebody like them? You have become a slave to this, the hope, the fear of starting over again. You do not want to love. You don't want to let go. You're thinking that your life is just around these people. You have probably lived with them for years and you're wondering, will somebody ever like me? Will I meet somebody? You fear being alone, but yet you are alone. Being with somebody who is emotionally unavailable, physically unavailable, especially emotionally, who is unavailable to love you the way you want, is being lonely. And that's being alone, guys. You are alone. It's only that you don't know because you are holding on like a little child, like the gambler, to the little unexpected hope that something will change. What if, the what ifs? What if this was my chance at happiness? You ask yourself, what if nobody ever makes me feel this way? These fears become understandable. They become understandable to you. There are things that happen to us as human beings. What if I'm going to be single for life? I am 40 now. I am 50 now. What if this was my last chance in love? What if I leave them and somebody never comes in my way? What if I never, because you feel that they love you or they're attracted to you the way you are. What if I never meet another person, another woman? What if I'm going to be lonely for life? What ifs? The fear of starting over again. You don't know your value. You have taken your whole value and put onto them, and you have surrounded your love and what you have defined them as the love that you deserve. And that's the only thing that you are looking for. And the fear of letting it go scares you. But they often exaggerate reality. The truth is that we cannot predict the future. Yet many people remain attached to painful situations because uncertainty feels scarier than disappointment. Even unhealthy familiarity can feel safer than unknown. As a result, they continue holding on to a relationship that prevents them from discovering healthier possibilities. The uncertainty becomes even safer. That is painful. The uncertainty becomes better than the disappointment. You are stuck in this. You feel like you'd rather hang on, hoping that they love you, than being alone. You continue holding on to this relationship. Year 1, 2 years, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 years. Time passes by and you are still lonely. They are still unavailable, and you realize that you have made a mistake that you cannot even correct anymore. You are lonelier than what you feared. Another one that makes us not let go and hold on to this unavailable people is emotional investment and the sunk cost trap. What do I mean by that, guys? Imagine spending years building business that never becomes successful. Have you been there? Years you've invested into this business, poured into it, and this business never becomes successful. Why would you continue investing forever? Simply because you've already invested so much. This business is killing you. It's draining you financially. It never picks up year in, year out. You just investing everything. But you are thinking, I am already deeply invested in this. How do I come out of it? Most people would say so, yet many people do exactly that in relationships. Just like you invest in a business that is not improving, and you feel like you've already put in so much to let that go, and you keep on pouring no matter the losses. You keep on pouring deep into this. That is the same thing that we do in relationships. That's the same way we get stuck in our relationships, and now we do not want to let go because this feels like you have already lost it all. You've already put so much to turn back. You've already gone too far to turn back. Psychologists call this sunk cost fallacy. It's the sunk cost fallacy. Guys, you can check that out there. You can go check out what that is deeply in this topic. It is you feel like you are so deeply invested into something that you cannot turn back, that you have gone so many miles ahead that even though the journey seems like it's so horrible at the end than it was at the beginning, you cannot turn back. We become reluctant to walk away because of everything we have already invested time, energy, dreams, hope, emotions. The more we invest, the harder it becomes to accept the investment may not produce the outcome we wanted. We do not want to accept. We stay in it until we fall. We are investing more in this business until our finances are depleted. We are investing in this relationship until we become nothing, until we become like a business that was invested in and never gave us, only took from us, and we fall. And we fall down and we can never stand up. Instead of evaluating the relationship based on its current reality, guys, we evaluate it based on our past investment. We think, God, I've already come this far. How can I go? I have spent my 10 years with this person. I've spent 15 years with them, or 20 years, or 5. How do I go back? Where do I start from? How can I leave this? I've waited this long. I can't give up now. I'd rather stay here than go back. You are still in it. You are hurting, but you can't let go. By staying attached to an available person does not recover your investment, but it only increases the emotional cost. Staying attached to a business that is not giving us profits only increases the pain and sinks you down financially. Just like the relationship is going to sink you down, you are going to sink down emotionally. You are never going to be this person, and the hurt becomes so much. The hurt becomes something that you cannot even approximate. The heart becomes so much because the years invested in this cannot be recovered anymore. Sometimes the healthiest decision is to stop investing in a future that is unlikely to happen. That is the most likely thing. That is the best thing that we can do. But just like I say, the heart has no logic. It does not reason that way. But guys, we have to make a step towards this. We have to make a step towards not even starting a relationship with somebody is unavailable. Marriage, a person who does not, you go on 2-3 dates, you see the person is not emotionally invested. You know when a person is emotionally invested at 40, really, we are not kids. If the person is not giving you growth, leave it. Don't even start it. Let's walk away before these situations even start, to avoid hurt, because we have done these mistakes, but repeating the mistakes is what's going to make it more painful. When fantasy feels better than reality, another thing that makes us not let go. One reason unattainable love feels so powerful, it's because fantasy rarely disappoints us. When you fantasize about something, real relationships involves conflict, but fantasizing when you're in a relationship that it's just fantasy that I would be with them. I probably would envision a future with them. Probably they leave their wife or spouse. Sorry, probably I'm their spouse or their partner, and they will love me more that we are staying together. Sorry, guys. They love me more now that we are staying together, and they will probably choose me. Sorry, just had a sip so that I can continue. They'll probably choose me and probably want me more. You are just giving yourself some fantasy. You are just living in a world where you are making fantasy is making stories in your head that are not real. Just like when we were young, we were fantasizing, thinking you'll be this princess married to some prince, or staying in a palace based on the stories that we read. You fantasize this thing until you make it your reality. There's no misunderstandings and compromises or imperfections. Fantasy in relationships do not fantasized relationships do not hurt because there's no reality. There's not a life that you guys are living together. There's no time that you're going to have this many misunderstandings because you are just fantasizing the relationship. You are not in a situation where you're leading a real life together, that you're going to have misunderstanding. And if you're living together, you're fantasizing that this person will probably choose you, and you're trying to be so nice to them. Misunderstandings will be less, imperfections, you don't want to hurt them, so you'll not be talking about things. Everything will look real. When someone remains out of reach, your imagination fills in the missing pieces. You imagine the perfect conversations, the perfect future, the perfect relationship. Over time, the fantasy versions of the person may become more appealing than the real person. You stop loving who they are. You start loving who you imagine they could be. This creates a dangerous emotional illusion, because no real relationship can compete with a fantasy that has never been tested by reality. You fantasize, like I was fantasizing, that I'll probably be a princess living in a palace, and I'll have the most beautiful life, and have like so much horses around me, have a lot of big, live in a big palace, have the best life. As a kid, we read so many princess stories, and we believe and fantasize that that's the life we are going to envision. And in this fantasy, when you live in it, you just imagine it, and it becomes so beautiful. And in this relationship that are unavailable, we fantasize the person and start imagining a life with them when they're free, a life when they choose us, when they text us once and it puts a smile on our face, and we imagine that we are going to have a beautiful future with them. That's like the little girl fantasy. We imagine that when they choose us, life is going to be beautiful. That the little things probably we've talked about are going to be amazing. That probably if they were partner we've lived with, that when they, whatever they're going through, they're going to choose us finally, and we're going to have a beautiful life together. That after all, they've been with us for years and they've never left. So we are building a fantasy, and these things make letting go difficult, because when you build on fantasy where there is no reality, then you base your life on unreality, you base yourself on an imagination, and you will not easily let go, because what you envision and fantasize is not reality. Reality is something that we actually live, and with reality, you could see the real person, you might not even like them that way. So guys, it's a difficult place to be in. Fantasy is a difficult place to be in, and living this relationship with unavailable people unavailable people is difficult. But we have to make a step towards doing them, especially at 40 plus, 50 plus. We are not kids anymore. We are not going to be there wasting our time with people who are not going to love us. You have come from hurt, and you are getting into hurt. You are drowning yourself, dragging yourself deep into the ocean, and you are going to sink, and you're not going to be able to come out. The longer the fantasy survives, the more difficult it becomes to let go. The fear of grief. That's another one. I'm going to talk today just about, in this book, I'm going to talk just about the things that make us not let go. And then we are going to call it a night, so that I don't bore you with a very long video. Sometimes people do not resist letting go because they love the person. They love the person. You could honestly be in love with the person. You do not want to let them go. You honestly love them, but they do not love you that way, or they think they love you, but they're unavailable. They could be married, just as we said. They could be with you, but they do not love you the way you love them. They just see it as some convenience. Maybe the relationship you got into was a relationship of convenience, and now they're fallen out of love with you. Probably they thought they could, but when they stayed with you longer, they did not want this. But now you've gone so deep into it, you do not want to turn back. Letting go means acknowledging loss. It means accepting that a dream may never become reality. It means saying goodbye to imagined futures. The process hurts deeply, and because it hurts, many people delay it. It's like loss, the fear of grief, the fear of losing the person, even when you're in love with person, like we're talking about heartbreaks. You do not want to grieve this, and you delay it so that you do not want to imagine that you're losing them. You do not want to be the one coming out and say, look here, I cannot do this if you're unavailable. I will end this today. You do not want to take that because the heart has grown fond. You genuinely love that person. You genuinely love them from your heart. They remain emotionally attached because attachment feels less painful than acceptance. You imagine that you will love them. You imagine that they will choose you, at least temporarily. Unfortunately, avoiding grief does not eliminate it. It simply postpones it. The longer we avoid acceptance, the longer we postpone the healing. And one day they could just block you. And one day they could just choose their wife if they were married. And one day they could just disappear on you. Or one day they could just tell you, no, I am ending this. I cannot do this anymore. And now you have postponed the grief and it has been there. You are trying to keep it like a wound that is open, and then you cover it without treating it, and the wound still remains under, and it gets septic. And when it gets worse, you cannot even know the pain. Healing it will be something that will take you years. It could cause you a cancer. It could cause you so much pain. It could cost you an limb or a leg wherever the wound is. You have been covering grief, but now grief has got you in the most unaccepted way. You knew it was coming, but you refused to accept. And now you have held on to so much pain that when this finally comes, you lose yourself, guys. What letting go really means. Many people misunderstand letting go. They believe it means forgetting someone. No, it is not. Pretending that the relationship never mattered, erasing memories, suppressing emotions, but healthy letting go means none of these things. Letting go means accepting reality. You love the person, and most times you did. And honestly, does not mean you'll forget them. You will remember them. People you love, people you value, you will always remember them. And if you were the one who loved them more, if you probably had lived with them as a matter of convenience, you will remember them. If you probably gave them your all and they were not free, you will remember them. The memories that probably you shared or the thought that you envisioned with them having a future will always be there. It does not mean that you suppress the emotions that you had for them, but it means letting go and accepting reality and letting yourself be available for beautiful relationships ahead. It means releasing the struggle between what is and what you wish existed. It means recognizing that love alone cannot create a relationship, that love is not enough. It means choosing your emotional well being over endless waiting. You can acknowledge your feelings, allowing them to control your future. You can appreciate what someone meant to you without remaining emotionally trapped. You can appreciate what they meant to you. You can move on. You can remember it as a part of your life, somebody that you really loved. You adored that person. You envisioned a life with them without getting trapped in it. If they did not love you the same way, they are lost. And guys, let's move on and let's walk out of unavailable relationships. Something that we can do, take a piece of paper, divide it into 2 columns, and label the first column. It's an exercise that I've done before, and it really helped me. Fantasy, that's the first label. Label the first column. The second one is reality. Under fantasy, write everything you hoped that the relationship would become. Under fantasy, write everything that you hope that the relationship would become. Under reality, write what actually exists today, what that particular relationship is today, since you met the person. Do these 2 columns and be honest with yourself. Do not lie. Do not write what might happen. Write only what is true. Many people discover that they have been holding on to a dream rather than a relationship. When you write down, writing is powerful, and you read what your thoughts are, it can help you move on from dating or being in a relationship that will never come to reality, no matter what, if it started, no matter what, how many years you have spent in one house. If this relationship is loveless, if the person is unavailable emotionally, physically, whatever it is, then the relationship has never begun. You are stuck in an unavailable relationship with somebody who will never see you the same way. But it's also freeing when you write down these things and see what your mind has been thinking. The power of writing and honestly writing will help you let go. Because healing begins when we stop negotiating with reality. Reality first, we choose reality. And when we choose reality, when we choose that this is our reality, then healing can begin from there. We'll cry, we'll mourn, we'll make a step towards healing, and then we can be available for people who love us. If you are struggling to let go of someone you cannot have, remember this: you are not holding on because you're weak one. guys, you're not holding on because you're weak. You are holding on because you're human. You are invested emotionally. You hoped deeply that they would love you. You believed in possibility. But there comes a moment when hope stops serving you. There comes a moment when holding on creates more suffering than letting go. The moment is not a failure, it's an invitation to choose yourself, an invitation to reclaim your peace, an invitation to find new love, an invitation to value yourself, an invitation to find love that is going to serve you, an invitation to walk out of relationships that do not serve you, an invitation to know your worth, an invitation to let the other person know that they do not define your worth. Their reflection, your character is not a reflection of who they are. You are who you were before they knew you. You just love them, but they did not love you the same way. An invitation to open your heart to possibilities that actually exist because love is available, because there's so much love out here. There's people who can love us and value us more than we ever even imagine. But we have to be free to love them. How would you know that they love us if we are stuck in relationships with unavailable people emotionally, people physically, people who are in other relationships, people who have all sorts, people who are not ready to move on, people who are players? How can we, if we ever never let them have the chance, if we never let go of these toxic relationships? Next chapter of this book, because I said I'm not going to make a very long video. We probably are tired and long videos tend to bore people. Is the hidden cost of loving someone you cannot have. The hidden cost of loving someone you cannot have. Every choice we make in life carries a cost. Some costs are obvious. Money can be spent when you've stayed with them for years. Time can be invested. Opportunities missed. The hidden cost of loving someone you cannot have. So that is the chapter that we are going to dive into next, guys. And today, I'm going to say that we are struggling. We are born to make mistakes. But I pray that we do not make mistakes at 40. That in my age and your age and in our period of life, that we enter into relationships with people who are going to love us. That if we are in relationships with people who we have been stuck with for years and they are not available for us, that we find a space where we can walk out of them. If we cannot discuss with them and there's no change at all, we can walk out healthily and live our happily ever after. If we are in relationships, if our friends are in relationships that are sinking them and you see it, you can probably mention it to them, you can signpost them, you can open their eyes to things like that and let them know that they are valued. Let them know that this is going nowhere, that they're fantasizing and holding on to things that are not going to serve them, that they're holding on to the fantasy of loving somebody. Let's not hold on to the fantasies like the little girl in us, the little girl in me who dreamed of being a princess in a palace. But we can be a princess in our little palaces. We can be a prince in our little castles if we choose the right love, if we go the right way. And guys, let's normalize choosing ourselves first, because when you choose yourself first, you're going to find yourself making decisions that are for you. You're going to find yourself walking away from things that do not serve you. You're going to choose you first without thinking what the others will think, without thinking how many years you've lost, without thinking how much what would have been with the other person. Because when you choose yourself first, the other person will choose you too. And people who love you will give you everything. And with that, my people, I wish you all a happy evening and a lovely morning if you are in another country, and good afternoon if you're somewhere else, and see you soon. Bye. Ciao, ciao, guys. Choose better relationships and subscribe to Chats by Lulu. Bye-bye, guys. Bye.